I'm just so happy my father had a chance to see his kids before he passed. I just want to say thank you.
When her father fell ill, the American Red Cross was able to help get Veronica's brother home from the Navy to speak to his father one last time. It's thanks to your donations that we can connect military families when they need it most. Please donate today at redcross.org.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here. But then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
Well, hello, my fellow Americans and my fellow liberty lovers all over the globe. It is I, your lovable host, El Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And yes, I did check again today, as I do almost every day. It has not changed. It is Monday, June the 29th in the year of our Lord 2015, as we kick off this grand week. A lot is coming up this week. I know everybody wants to talk about continue talking about the Supreme Court's decisions from last week, and there's a few more that might surprise you, might not surprise you. We'll get into those a little bit later in the program. But first, I know those of you who listen to the show regularly know that I do not do a lot of interviews. However, when I come across true American heroes, I want to bring them on the show. Now, you heard a couple of weeks ago we had Colonel Allen West here. I had a great privilege of having Colonel Allen West. Today, I have another hero with us today. His name is Brian Mast, and he served in the U.S. Army from 2000 to 2012 as a soldier in the Army. He was... he had the occupational standards, military occupational specialist standards. He was an explosive specialist, an ordnance disposal. He was an airborne infantry, and he was a combat engineer. Now, in 2012, he retired from the U.S. Army's Joint Special Operations Command following a catastrophic injury which occurred while serving in Afghanistan. Now, for those of you who do not understand what a true hero is, this is a person who put his life on the line to protect everything that we hold dear in this country. Brian Mast has recently also announced his candidacy for the House of Representatives in his district in the state of Florida. I want to welcome to the program Mr. Brian Mast. Mr. Mast, welcome to the show. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to speak to you, sir.
Hey, sir. How you doing today?
Great. Now, you, it says that you suffered a catastrophic injury while serving in Afghanistan. Could you elaborate a little bit on exactly what happened to you?
I like to, basically preface that by saying that's kind of a relative term. Any of us that have served, we know that there's varying degrees of injury, and I'm missing 2 legs and an index finger, but I have friends that are missing 4 limbs. I have friends that are missing 3 limbs. I have friends that are blind, that are burned, that are some combination of all of the above, essentially. And then all of us that have served, we all have friends that didn't come home at all. So I guess you got to take that with a bit of relativity.
Some did definitely pay with the ultimate price, their lives. And that's something that my father served 21 years. He's retired Master Sergeant from the United States Air Force after 21 years. He served in Vietnam and in Thailand in the 60s. So I'm kind of familiar, although I didn't actually put on the uniform myself. Although I did come close to doing it, but the recruiter finally, when at the bequest of my mother, believe it or not, I actually decided not to do it. And the recruiter at the time, he said, it's not unusual for those of career military personnel, their children not entering the service, because it is a difficult life for the entire family. Now, did you get your parents' support when you made this decision to join the military?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My father, he wasn't a career military man, but he served during the Korean War. He never went over. All of my uncles served in the military. So something that for me, just based on family tradition, it was something that I always wanted to do. But even beyond that, I spent my whole childhood growing up thinking that I was G.I. Joe and rolling in the mud and playing in the dirt. And I think I knew as I was nearing the end of high school that spending time in service is exactly what I wanted to do. And that's what I did.
Now, you were on the front lines disposing of military ordnance. Now, a lot of people, they kind of look at you guys as being, like the extreme sports people. You guys are adrenaline junkies. Is that how you described yourselves?
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't describe ourselves. Maybe some of us are like that, or we have traits like that, but that's certainly not the case. A lot of people compare our work to the work that's done in the movie The Hurt Locker, and that's the same job. They're EOD technicians in the Hurt Locker, and that's what I did. But what I generally say to people about the work that I did is, nobody would really question a fireman why he does what he does, or he or she does what they do. Why they go into the burning building to save life, and that's kind of the same mentality that we have. We know the hazards of what we're doing. We're trained on how to combat those hazards and move towards those hazards in a very methodical and purposeful way. And although it will never be safe what we do, it's still something that somebody has to do, and we're the ones that volunteer to do it.
Now, with the advent of ISIS turning the tables in Iraq, I know some of the heroes that have served in both those theaters in Afghanistan and Iraq, they tend to think maybe possibly their efforts were all in vain. Is that something that really is a thought that's crossing everyone's mind that served over?
I would never say that it's in vain. Personally, I often tell people that one of my favorite quotes in the world is this, that the world is not a dangerous place because of evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing. And regardless of what may be going on today, the fact is that all of my brothers and sisters that served in combat in any of our theaters of war, that's what they were doing, is they were making sure that the United States of America never looked on and did nothing in the face of this evil. So I would never say that it's in vain. I can certainly say, yeah, you know what, I'm on the same page as every one of those other service members that hate to see, ISIS tracking through the streets that we fought to secure at one point. It's absolutely disheartening. It's absolutely frustrating to see them driving around the vehicles that we drove around. It's, to say the least, it's frustrating.
Now, you've just recently announced, back in the beginning of this month, you announced your candidacy for the House. Now, what was your motivation? What got you interested in actually running for this position?
Well, I've told a few people that thinking about running was something that I began doing when I woke up in Walter Reed Army Medical Center, and I was laying in a hospital bed there, and I'm talking to my wife, and I'm telling her, what am I going to do now? I can't go through life thinking that my life is literally all downhill from here, that the greatest contribution I ever make to our country is back when I was injured in the U.S. military. And so I'm telling her, what can I do going forward to make sure that the best thing I do is still ahead of me? And I ultimately decided that I thought that would be pursuing public office, hopefully in the House of Representatives. And, there's been a lot of very specific catalysts that we can say, I'm sure